welcome to your English news broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local time from our headquarters at Asmara. With your domestic and international news in brief, I'm Zahra Badouri, but first we'll begin with your major headlines for this broadcast. Ambassador Johannes Mikhail met with South Sudan officials. Popular campaign in connection with Martyrs' Day and an announcement from the Ministry of Health. The DRC closes Rwanda border after soldiers are shot dead during the attack. Fresh floods hit Bangladesh, leaving hundreds of thousands left stranded. Welcome to your domestic in brief. Mr. Johannes Mikhail, Eritrean ambassador to South Sudan, met and held talks with various Sudanese officials, focusing on strengthening bilateral ties as well as on regional issues of interest to the two countries. At the meeting he conducted on 15th June with Mr. Taban Dejai, Vice President of South Sudan, Mr. Mike Deng, Foreign Minister for Foreign Affairs, as well as with Deputy Foreign Minister Mr. Johannes, indicating the significance of regional integration and realizing peace, stability, development and prosperity of nations, expressed Eritrea's readiness to play in its modest part to the regard. Mr. Taban Danjai and Mr. Mike Deng, on their part, commanding the support and consideration the people and government of Eritrea have towards the people and government of South Sudan, expressed readiness of their country to strengthen bilateral ties with Eritrea. The officials, acknowledging the significant role of Eritrea in strengthening regional peace and cooperation, expressed expectation for strengthening contributions. Popular campaign in connection with 20th June Martyrs' Day was conducted at Mai Dimet area from 14th to 17th of this June. According to Mr. Abraham Yob, a member of the Forest Area and Wildlife Authority, at the popular campaign in which members of the Office of the President, Line Ministries and National Association, as well as members of the police force and subzonal administrations took part. Over 43 hectares of terraces have been constructed and 8,000 holes have been dug for planting tree seedlings. The participants said that on top of the creating a spiritual satisfaction, the popular campaign will have significant contribution in the greening program and express readiness for the sustainability of the campaign. Similar popular campaigns have also been conducted by residents of Eritrea and youth workers organization and students in the port city of Asab at the Martyrs cemeteries in their areas. In the same vein, staff members of the Ministry of Information, members of the PFDJ and the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, as well as the National Union of Eritrean Women in the Central Region, organized cultural programs in commemoration of the 20th June Martyrs' Day. On your final domestic and your health report, 2 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today at testing stations in the Central Region. On the other hand, 2 patients have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the Central Region, have recovered fully and have been discharged from the facility. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 9,667, while the number of deaths stands at 103. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 9,777. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 18th June 2022. Up next with your international report, do stay with us for more. And on your global report, the Democratic Republic of Congo has closed its border with Rwanda after a Congolese soldier was shot dead while attacking border guards inside Rwandan territory. The border closure is the latest escalation in a diplomatic crisis that has broken out between the neighbors since rebels that DRC accuses Rwanda of supporting launched a major offensive in the eastern DRC last month. Rwandese DRC's allegations that it supports the M23 rebels, whose leadership hails from the same Tutsi ethnic group as Rwandan President Paul Kagame, or that it has sent troops into the eastern DRC. DRC's government ordered the border with Rwanda closed as of 3 p.m. local time, according to a statement from Office of South Kivu's governor. The 2 Rwandan police officers were injured when the Congolese soldier crossed the border and opened fire before an officer on duty fired back and killed him 25 meters inside Rwanda, the Rwandan military said in a statement. The Democratic Republic of Congo's government said it was investigating the incident and no fatality further reports yet. Having monsoon downpours in Bangladesh, northeastern and northern regions have stranded hundreds of thousands of people, forcing authorities to deploy the military to conduct evacuation and relief workers, according to local media and official statement. The Bangladesh military's Inter-Service Public Relations Office said on its website early on Saturday that soldiers were deployed as floods have devastated the northeastern districts of Samandrai and Sait, where thousands of homes have been inundated and electricity has been cut off. In a statement, the government's flood forecasting and warning center in Dhaka, the nation's capital, said on Friday that water in all major rivers across the country was rising. The country has about 130 rivers. The center said that the flood situation is likely to deteriorate over the next 24 hours in the worst hit Sanjaman and Sait districts in the northeastern region, as well as in Lamanrat, Korogam, Narmari, and Nangapur districts in northeastern Bangladesh. Hafiz Ahmed, manager of the Osmani International Airport in Sait, said that flight operations in the airport have been suspended for 3 days from Friday as flood waters and almost reached the runway. Last month, a pre-monsoon flash flood triggered by an onrush of waters from upstream India northeastern state hit Bangladesh's north and northeastern regions, destroying crops and damaging homes and road networks. Dear viewers, that is all for now with your reports for this broadcast. Until we are back with some more news, so stay and enjoy the rest of our programs. But until then, these are your major headlines in review for this broadcast. Ambassador Johannes Mikhail met with Sudanese officials. Popular campaign in connection with Eritrea's Day, 20th of June. DRC closes Rwandan border after a soldier is shot dead during an attack. Fresh floods hit Bangladesh, leaving hundreds of thousands left stranded. That is all for now. Thanks for watching and have a nice one.